You're watching News Channel 11 in your corner at 7.
Good evening and thanks for joining us on News Channel 11 at 7. I'm Sydney Cameron. The largest party in the Tri-Cities region is happening now in Kingsport. It's Fun Fest 2016. This is a live look from the parade. You can see the News Channel 11 vehicle and the team has a front row seat to the celebration. We will join them live in just a few moments. But first tonight, breaking news out of Turkey. A Turkish news agency published a statement from the military saying the armed forces fully seized control of the country. The most recent attack includes soldiers firing guns on people trying to cross a bridge and a military helicopter attacking the police headquarters. Earlier this evening, a loud explosion was reported in the capital. CNN reports it was at a state-run television building. The Doggin agency reported that the statement said the military did this to, quote, reinstall the constitutional order, democracy, human rights and freedoms, and to ensure the rule of the law once again reigns in the country, end quote. The military statement also said that they pledged good relations with all world countries would continue. Turkey's president, meanwhile, is calling the actions by the military an attempt at an uprising and is calling on citizens to take to the streets in show of support for the government. However, the U.S. Travel Department is urging people in Turkey to continue to take shelter instead of going to the U.S. Embassy. Watch for developments on the situation in Turkey throughout the evening on WJHL.com. But for now, we join Storm Team 11 Chief Meteorologist Mark Reynolds in the Storm Center. And Mark, the weather seems like it's cooperating for tonight's parade. What about for the rest of the night and into the weekend?
It's cooperated very nicely. We're watching a cold front to our north. We thought it'd be here a little closer by the afternoon, setting off the thunderstorms. That never really happened yet. The cold front is still to our north. We have been watching a few scattered showers here over the mountains, North Carolina, and places like Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge. Those two kind of dwindling down, also near Asheville. And we go out the next hour. You'll see these scattered showers over the mountains. But the big focus tonight is still the cold front. It's still to our northwest, and that's the front will slowly make its way towards our region overnight, kind of laying down across the region tomorrow. That's going to kick off shower and thunderstorm activity, especially during the afternoon into the evening. That front returns north on Sunday, and that's when the heat starts making a comeback. More in the forecast coming up in just a few more minutes.
Staying on top of it, thanks Mark. When our storm team is not on air, you can monitor conditions in your community online. Log on to WJHL.com and click weather to access Storm Team 11 interactive radar. The president of France has declared 3 days of mourning following the fatal attack in Nice on Thursday night as investigators tried to determine whether the driver of the truck had any help. Thousands of people had gathered to celebrate France's national holiday Bastille Day when the truck launched through the crowd for over a mile until the driver was shot by police, leaving behind bodies strewn across the road and people fleeing in terror.
Within split seconds of hearing the gunshots, I started running, and the entire place seemed like a complete chaos.
Dozens of people were killed, including 10 children. Meanwhile, more than 200 people were hurt, including 25 who remain on life support. A father and his 11-year-old son from Texas, the Austin area, they were visiting Nice as tourists. They are among the victims, and they are still fighting for their lives tonight. One person is dead after a house fire in Washington County, Tennessee. The blaze started around 5:30 this morning on Shipley Road. The Washington County Sheriff's Department, EMS crews, and several volunteer fire departments responded to the scene. The victim has not been identified yet. An investigation into what sparked this blaze is underway tonight. One person was electrocuted and another hurt while landscaping today in Piney Flats. The Sullivan County Sheriff's Office says it happened on Hall Ridge Road this afternoon. Two people were working for a private company trimming trees for a homeowner. One of the men made contact with a live electrical line and was killed. The other man received minor injuries. Officers are calling the incident an accidental electrocution. A former football player for Vanderbilt University is sentenced to 15 years in prison for rape. In April, a jury found Corey Beatty guilty of aggravated rape and other charges. A judge handed down the minimum sentence to Beatty this morning. The victim was also in court.
I also ask for the maximum sentence of 25 years, as is appropriate for the impact this has had and will continue to have on me every single day for the rest of my life.
One of Beatty's co-defendants, Brandon Vandenberg, was also found guilty of aggravated rape. His sentencing is set for September. Let the good times roll, the theme in Kingsport this morning as the Model City kicked off one of our region's most popular summertime festivals with a Mardi Gras party. The music flowed and the beads flew across Broad Street to open Fun Fest 2016, and the celebration now flows through the streets of downtown. News Channel 11's Josh Smith and Sarah Diamond bring the party to us.
We are moving.
I know.
Isn't that exciting?
The parade that started at 6:30 is kind of getting started around 7, at least where we are. That's a testament to how many people are in the 30th annual Fun Fest parade.
Yeah, it's always been a huge parade for really anywhere, not just Kingsport, but a lot of people are ready to go. I'm seeing a lot of people up there. I see cool floats too.
Exactly. Behind us, the line goes a long way.
Long way.
And we're not just talking about the News Channel 11 cars in the parade tonight. There are many of those as well. We heard, Sarah, that people have been out here for hours.
Yes.
Right?
Early this morning, they staked their claim, like at the, not just along the parade route, but to be in the beginning of the parade, which doesn't surprise me.
And I bet shade had something to do with that, don't you?
I think it did, because I'm looking for any little bit of shade that I can walk in right now.
You know, 36 years ago, Fun Fest started as a way to sort of bring this community together. They identified there were some issues that had divided the Kingsport community, and they said, let's just have this party every summer.
Yeah.
And the fact that I think that it's still going after 36 years is proof that it works.
Yes, because so many people are saying, okay, I remember going to this with my parents and my grandparents, and now they're taking their children and their grandchildren.
And we're walking in the parade. If you're heading down, you still have time to get here. We'll be here and wave at you, and we'll have more live reports coming up throughout the evening, right?
Back to you.
It is great to finally see you all moving. Thanks so much, Josh and Sarah. Fun Fest continues through July 23rd. Check out the schedule of events on our website, WJHL.com. The Kingsport Public Library received a transformational grant today. The Tennessee State Library and Archives awarded the $100,000 check to them. Money from the grant will be used for upgrades to the children's area. Organizers hope to renovate it into a nature-themed area based on Bays Mountain. The city hopes the upgrades will encourage children to develop a lifelong love of reading. In the race for the White House, you need 270 electoral votes to win. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton are strategizing where to campaign in order to surpass that mark. Our Washington Bureau Chief Jim Osmond looks at state polling and on-the-ground reporting to draw up his first battle for 270 map.
In the run-up to the GOP convention, Donald Trump has some ground to make up, and Hillary Clinton has concern in a state that hasn't voted Republican since the 80s. It's their battle for 270.
Hillary Clinton will make an outstanding president.
In New Hampshire, Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders campaigned with Hillary Clinton in a long-awaited photo op. New Hampshire is a swing state in our battle for 270 map. And it's no happenstance. The two are campaigning in New Hampshire.
You can't have true compassion.
Trump has an eye on New Hampshire as a pickup state, as he does a few others if he is to win. So to our battle for 270 map. Blue for Clinton, red for Trump, and those states in neutral the battlegrounds. Calling your attention to Arizona and Utah, which are usually reliably Republican states. Trump is struggling in those states, and PA, where Clinton is struggling for her part in a state that hasn't voted Republican for president in almost 30 years. As it stands, Clinton has a projected 233 of the needed 270 electoral votes. Trump has 183 projected in our pre-convention battleground Battle for 270 map. We'll take a look post-conventions. I'm Chief National Correspondent Jim Osman in Washington.
A strong dollar is making South Africa a bargain destination for Americans. I'm Wendy Gillette in Stellenbosch, South Africa. I'll tell you what you shouldn't miss coming up.
All right, nice weather tonight. We're going to find a chance of showers and thunderstorms making a comeback late tonight, more likely tomorrow. Though, look at that gorgeous sunset as we look at North Johnson City. Your accurate forecast coming right up.